Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with today's trading action. All right. Now, it may seem like there's not a lot going on, but we actually have pretty good trading markets. And I think as the central bank policies sort of converge, all sort of leading to one big cut, we are going back to more of a technical trade. Now, this whole Chinese stimulus package, right, saw the dollar fall initially, then we saw the squeeze. Now we're starting to see the real move, right? And yesterday, I don't know if you guys were looking at it. A lot of people have switched off because I think the markets are a bit tricky. We had three really good technical trades, and the Aussie was a nice false break. And just waiting for momentum to turn, you get into a nice easy trade. But Sterling and Kiwi had great technical support. They were massively oversold, and you've got three trades here that would have netted at least 5 to 7%, right? So make sure you focus in on the technical levels. Week four, it's always more of a technical week. But as I said, as the central bank sort of policies sort of diverge or converge, whichever way you like to sort of think of it, as they all sort of come as one, we're going to see a lot more of this and really good trading conditions. Now, let's looking into today's market activity. When you got some CPI numbers out of Tokyo, I won't be sort of holding my breath on that. Although we have started to see some sort of activity or movement in the inflation numbers in Japan, which may come into play at some stage. Now, unemployment figures out of Germany. We've got a bunch of sentiment numbers out of Europe, consumer confidence numbers. Take those with a grain of salt. But I think the whole focus here, don't get so caught up in the data. Just think of the bigger picture. The dollar, central bank or the Fed are cutting. The dollar's going down. These other pairs, well, they're doing the same sort of thing. Now, the euro is sort of caught up very close with the Fed. And that's why we're not seeing the euro sort of move too much. But the last week of the month, we also focus in on the price, PCE price index. Keep an eye on this. It is an inflation number. I can't see it really having much of an impact, except if it's a lot less than the numbers here, the forecast, I should say, for the year on year, 2.3, 0.1 month on month. If it's lower than those, then we will see the dollar move to the downside, pick up a little bit of speed. If it's stronger, I don't think we'll see anything happen, right? So just take it with a grain of salt. That's what's happening. Now, just coming back to that, right? The euro, it's trying its best to pick itself up off the floor, but it just won't move. And this is like what the Aussie was doing over the last month or so, right? Even though the rates look like they're going to be unchanged, it was struggling. Now it's back in the game, and I see room for movements to the top side. As I said, if this PCE price index is weak, I think you're going to see the dollar start to pick up a little bit of speed on the downside. Now, dollar CAD, you'd think it would fall, but with oil falling very quickly, it's sort of caught between a rock and a hard place. I think, if anything, that'll trade sideways. And the sleeping giant, the beast, dollar yen, it's just sort of cruising, right? That's the big trade that's coming up, but it may need a big sort of US dollar event to get it moving down. Okay, so once again, keep an eye on your charts. There's good levels. Go with the trend. The trend is your friend, and it's in play, right? I couldn't believe the setups I saw yesterday. Now, for traders who are looking for more data, the interest rate probabilities, don't forget you've got those on the members area website. And if you're looking to sort of check out what the forecasts are on the calendar, well, we've got our calendar with the full details there. You can go through, make sure you've got the range and all those components. We are testing the prototype for our live trade signals. As I said, I've posted three of these yesterday. And all looking very good, right? So this will give you some idea of how this is going to work. We've got the pending trades, active trades, and of course the closed trades. Everyone wants to know how they're going. So keep a close eye on updates. We'll have this live trade signals area rocking very shortly. All right, guys, have a good trade day. Last day of the month. We've got non-farms next week. It all kicks off. It can sometimes get too hectic with all the big high impacting numbers. But I tell you what, the trade signals and the technical trading is where the action's at. All right, guys, have a good one. All the best. Cheerio.